Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat here. We're here in Detroit, Michigan at the Token Lounge, and we've got rock stars Glenn Hughes and Doug Aldrich sitting here with the Dead Daisies coming into town to rock our face off. Thank you so much for coming in.
Of course.
It's been a great honor. On behalf of all people who listen to the show and all radio stations that I'm on, thank you again for coming. So, you guys are doing this big Get Out of the House tour.
Yeah.
It's got to be exciting after sitting home for a long time.
Yeah.
Tell us, like, what's been the feel of the early shows here?
Everyone's excited about it. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Just people wanted to. A lot of these gigs are the first gig at the club. I don't know about this club, but some of the places, theaters, the places we're playing, they haven't had any live music for that whole time, so we're the first one. So people are coming in and just having a blast, you know?
Yeah. It's good and fresh for everyone. Everyone's been waiting for this. We, of course, have been doing the same, so we're excited to be back on stage.
Yeah. And the atmosphere's probably been great. I know we just opened back up ourselves, so I'm kind of considering you guys like the kick open the doors to the hard rock scene back again. And so with the new tour and the new album Holy Ground and the new song Like No Other, it's really awesome. So how are you guys feeling? Like, I mean, early on.
We're good. It's like my first tour with the band. Tommy's coming back, so we've been preparing this for quite some time, so we're really excited. The new album's great. We love it. We thank you for all of you that have heard it.
Absolutely.
So with Holy Ground coming out, it's been doing really well on the charts. You guys have a song that you really like No Other, which is, I have to tell you, Glenn, I've followed your career since I was a young boy, and your vocals on that song, I literally went back to Burn and back to the Seventh Star to hear some of the vocals. I'm like, your vocals are as strong as ever. What do you do? What kind of elixir, what kind of magic spell have you done with your voice here?
Honestly, truly, I'm so grateful that I'm still able to do what I've been doing all my life. I just think I've never smoked cigarettes. I haven't had any booze in 30 years. Healthy guy, you know, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. So I think it's a matter of having no fear and enjoying yourself.
And that's it. That's the way it is right now. You guys are really enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Thank you kindly for your words.
Well, I tell you, I think the song Like No Other is maybe the best rock song, hard rock song that I've heard in like 10, 15 years.
Wow.
I mean, I'm singing the song. I'm a big AC/DC fan. They have a new album out, and I'm not singing any of their sons like I'm singing Like No Other.
Thank you so much.
I'm sitting there, Like No Other. And the song, can you feel my bass line? I mean, that harkens back to one of the characters that I have on my show. The Shade, he's like, I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, I love it when they come feel my bass line.
Yeah.
So how did that song get put together?
It came about, came up in the groove, got together, and we put the song together, and I knew I came up with the title Like No Other. And as I'm singing it, we're playing live in recording, and I got a microphone, and I sang You Like No Other, and right after I sang it, I just can't feel my bass line. It came out of nowhere.
It's brilliant.
And it worked. So
it's also got like a double entendre too. Like it's not just can you feel my bass line, but can you feel the bass line of my existence?
Yeah,
it's really cool. To go deep.
It's a deep,
my brother.
A deep emotional message.
And you actually have a little bass solo in there as well, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You don't hear that with rock bands these days.
It was a jam. I was jamming on, you know, came to the solo section, and we figured, okay, Doug's doing a section, and all of a sudden I found myself playing a solo, again, out of nowhere, first take. So what you're hearing on that song is a very first take run through.
That's crazy. Yeah. And were you guys like in the same room writing? I know with the COVID and everything, you guys.
This was all done prior to COVID. We got finished recording right before, like, we were done recording in December of 19. We did a few little tweaks and stuff in January, but we were done. So thank God for that, because we had the record. You know, it's got a great vibe. The lyrics are incredible on the album, and Glenn did a really cool. It's like sometimes those lyrics like foreshadow some of the shit that we went through. And
you listen to the songs, and I'm singing about. I'm not really singing about a pandemic, but if you listen to it, you're going, well, surely he must have known something. Well, he didn't know anything. I mean, I was writing about walking through the field, letting go, you know, finding yourself, and all these things are
coming alive, starting over.
Yeah, coming alive. I'm thinking to myself, in the summer of 2019, wouldn't it be great for fans to sing "Come Alive"? And now, of course, because of the pandemic, wouldn't it even be greater to hear that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's a coincidence. I'm smiling with love, thinking we did a pretty decent job. So, yeah.
No, you guys did a great job of it, and it must have been hard just sitting on the album for so long.
It was. We, you know, there was some other things going on that had my mind occupied during that. It was, you know, a nervous time in the spring of last year, and even in the summer. But Glenn and I got together as soon as we could. We started to play around with some new songs already, and then, you know, he was the only person I saw the whole time until lockdown was over.
Really? So working with the other guys, when you just was sending them tracks or something to say, hey, work on this, or?
Yeah, we got together in France. So Doug and I pretty much got the music together. Got the lyrics together. So then we got to France and we all got together to make it the Daisies vibe, you know. So yeah, it was a group effort.
Everybody puts their, you know, it doesn't, whether or not you write it, the song or not, you have to put your best foot forward on the song and try to bring something to the party, you know. So everybody did that. It was really good, and our producer Ben Gross laid out a really good vibe for us. You know, it was like we were locked. We were not locked down on purpose, but it was kind of like that because we were all living together at the studio, eating and, you know, sleeping in the same building. We didn't go anywhere. We just created music, and it was great.
Now, writing songs, you guys have been doing this a long time. You never run out of stuff, and like no other. It's like, did you know that song was going to be so good when you first started putting it together?
Again, it started out simply as a groove, and as we started to record it, and the content started coming out, the groove was very, very important. The song is all groove.
Yeah.
And felt very fortunate to come up with a good melody and a great hooky catch line, you know.
Oh, it's totally awesome.
Thank you.
Now this tour, it's expanded from just this early stuff. Now I've seen on the website that you guys are planning a huge tour, like come like this is all part of the same tour, but like September, and then I saw you were going to Russia pretty soon.
Yeah,
so you're making a big deal of this stuff.
It's going to be 18 months of hard touring.
We were actually planning after this. These were warm-up gigs for us. We're still blowing out the cobwebs too. You know, it's like we rehearsed one time last year in August. I think it was safe, and we got together in Los Angeles and played. But so then we started going to New York this spring and started to blow through. But you never, until you get on stage, it's not really the same.
No.
Right. Were you a little rusty for a show?
Of course we were. I can't lie to you, because when you haven't been playing, you can play at home, of course, in our studios, which we have, unless you're actually working with your buddies in the live form. And again, rehearsals. You can rehearse all you like,
right?
But until you hit the stage in front of the fans who follow your music, it changes everything. And the first show in Florida a week ago was that moment was a wonderful moment.
Yeah, we had. I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's a lot of rust. Just a little here and there. We got, you know, we get your stage legs back, but I mean, we put in a good amount of time, so that the first show we were prepared and it went off great. We recorded it, and we record every night just to check it out, and everything sounded really good.
Now, you guys have played in front of thousands of people, coming into these more intimate settings that you are here. How does that play off different for you guys?
It's all Yeah, okay. The arena to the stadium to the club, they're different in size, but the feeling comes from the fans. It comes from the audience. It comes from the people that have been following you forever or new. You've got a lot of new fans, you know.
Right.
It's to have that feeling that they're there to see you, and it enables us to become better people and better musicians.
Being closer doesn't change anything, because I mean it's going to be really tight compared to something that like a bigger rock arena.
Of course, it's nice to have a bigger stage sometimes, but this is cool, man. I mean, you know, I don't think I've ever been here before. It looks like a fun place.
No, it'll be rock and rolling.
This is one of the longest standing Detroit clubs in the area. I've played here years ago when I was doing the rock band thing. It is where you want to go when you're coming to the D. Sure. And John, the owner, is a great guy. And anything you guys ever need, I know you guys are going to get it. And I know you guys are in a rush here and you got to go. So a couple things before you go. Do you have any advice for up-and-coming bands that want to be where you guys are at?
If I may, the one thing that got me started was, like, Doug's got a son, and he plays soccer, you know. And I said to Doug, after 1 year, after 2 years, he's still enjoying it. My thing is if you've been given this gift of a young soccer player or a young anything, you have to let it soak in, and you have to sleep in his football shorts. And I slept with my guitar. I don't know about Doug. And I slept and woke up with my guitar. And when that happens, when you're young, pre-teen or early teen, if you can live with the fact that this is what you really love, there's a good chance if you follow through and listen to your heart, then you will work really hard to become that person.
I would say the key for me was I've been having fun since the first time I picked up a guitar, and it's still the same. I feel really blessed to play guitar and make a living. And
still learning, education.
Yeah, but the main thing is having fun. You know, I mean, that's why we got into this in the first place. To have fun, jamming with your friends. It gives you a feeling that you can't get anywhere else. So keep with the new younger guys. Try to come up with some songs that are different, you know,
walk through the fear. There is no fear but fear itself. Fear is, don't think about it, kids, just do it and live it.
Coming from the voice of rock and roll right there.
There it is.
So, one more thing before I let you guys go, because I know you're busy. Do you guys have any good Detroit stories in your repertoire there?
Yeah, my first show with Deep Purple's 2 shows at Cobo Hall in '74, showing my age here. 2 sold-out shows in February of 1974 in Detroit. That was my first time playing with Purple. I played here in Trapeze before, one time before that. But Detroit for me, as I said at the Hall of Fame, I was born in England, but my soul was born in Detroit, because my influences are Black American Tamil Motown music, and very fortunate to have met and know some great Tamil artists. Detroit lives
rocks.
in my heart, and so it's a big part for me.
When I first came here and played it, they changed the name of it, TTE.
Yeah, it was Pine Knob.
Pine Knob.
Yes.
Always Pine Knob's a famous place.
Yeah.
But one of the first times I played here with Whitesnake was at the Fox Theater, I think it was.
Yeah, that's a great place to play.
played there.
With the Scorpions, and then Ted Nugent came down. And Ted wanted to jam with the Scorpions. And so he didn't have a guitar, so I gave him a Sunburst Les Paul that I had. And he got on stage, and I don't think the Scorpions were ready for Ted, man. Ted fucking cut loose. Yeah. He's running back and forth like Matthias Yabs on steroids, and they played, I forget to say, they rocked like a hurricane or something like that.
Oh, that's
Ted's
awesome.
just banging her back and forth. And I thought it was so cool that he had my guitar. I'd never met him before.
Detroit rockers are one of a kind.
Yeah, we love it here. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
you
you.
guys, for coming in and opening up rock and roll back in Michigan. We love it.
Pleasure.
It's you
Very
guys.
nice to meet you.
I really wish you much success with the upcoming tour, the
Thank you.
album. Anything we can do for you on our little tiny show,
Oh,
we're
no,
here.
no,
We're here to support
Thank
you
you for
guys.
everything that you do.
And thank you for the being presenter for the Banger Music Awards, man. All the guitar players in Winter Kiko Shred was just thrilled that you helped us out.
Awesome.
So thank you again, guys.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
have a great night. All right.
Well,
Rock on.
Rock on.
Glenn Hughes.
Did you
Doug Aldrich of the Dead Daisies.